Unsolved murder and mutilation case. Hi guys, welcome to Facts Revealed. Before we continue, please like and subscribe this channel so you don't miss the updates. Have you heard of Black Dahlia? If you have, maybe most of you know him as a death metal band from Michigan, America, namely the Black Dahlia Murder, who has played in Indonesia several times. Actually, Black Dahlia is the name of America's most brutal case, which is still unsolved. Even by the FBI though. This case then inspired the band the Black Dahlia Murder as their name. This is the case of the murder of a young woman named Elizabeth Short, who was found dead naked, and mutilated. Even some parts of his body seemed to be used as toys for the killer, such as the tip of his lip was torn close to his ear. Similar to the Joker character in the Batman movie. Elizabeth Short, then 22 years old, was trying a career in Hollywood. Short was nicknamed the Black Dahlia, after her gruesome death, because of her penchant for wearing black. Not only that, this naming also refers to a crime film called Blue Dahlia, which was released a year before his death. Short also likes to put a dahlia flower on his head as an accessory. This horrific case began on January 15, 1947, when a local resident and his son were walking in Leimert Park, Los Angeles. At that time he saw a woman who was mistaken for a mannequin lying on the outside of the road. When found, Short's body was cut into two parts, top and bottom. Similar to a mannequin being separated between the body and the waist down. On closer inspection, he was certain that what he found was a human. With a ruined face. Not long after it was found, the police, FBI, and journalists filled the location and labeled this case as the most violent murder case ever, at that time. There were no bloodstains at all on his pale body, so it was suspected that Short had been mutilated elsewhere and that his body had been washed clean. The autopsy results showed the presence of violence. There are traces of rope ties on the wrists and feet. Not only that, bruises were also found on Short's head, indicating a blunt object impact before he died. The mutilation is also thought to have been carried out after Short died and was carried out about 10 hours before his body was found. Short was found naked. Even so, there were no traces of sperm in Short's sex organs. Denies allegations that the killer had previously raped Short. Investigators said that the dismemberment of the body was carried out very neatly, in accordance with human anatomy. This made the police suspect that the perpetrator might have a medical education background. After some time, a letter was received by the local police station. This letter was not written by hand, but by using letters composed of newspaper strips. Later referred to as an anonymous letter. Inside the envelope were Short's personal items. Even the sender of this letter also said that these items were Short's belongings that were previously in the bag. Everything in the envelope smelled of gasoline. It was as if the sender had wiped his fingerprints with gasoline. Various methods were used by the police and the FBI in order to obtain new evidence on the dark path of this case. But what they did seemed to be fruitless. About 200 people have been interrogated. In fact, most of them have also done a lie test. The result is nil. There has been a lot of speculation regarding this murder. One of them is the refusal of an invitation to have sex because Short is pregnant. However, this theory was dismissed because based on the results of the autopsy, Short was not pregnant, and had never been pregnant. In 2017, PIU Marie Eatwell, in her book Black Dahlia, Red Rose wrote something that shocked many people. In fact, many also believe the truth. Eatwell said the killer was Leslie Dwayne Dillon, a bellboy who had been arrested by police but was later released. Eatwell wrote that the Los Angeles Police Department deliberately let Short's killer off the hook because Sergeant Finis Brown, one of the two main investigators in the case, was a suspected corrupt cop. This police officer is suspected of having ties to Mark Hansen, a local nightclub and cinema owner who is suspected of collaborating in this murder. This theory was obtained by Eatwell from Buzz Williams, a retired Long Beach police officer. He told Eatwell that his father, Richard F. Williams, had been on the team tasked with investigating the case. He even called this police team the LAPD's Gangster Squad. Not only that, Buzz said that these officers had a relationship with the suspect, Leslie Dillon. In his testimony, Buzz said that he had heard his father discuss the case with his friend, Con Keller, also an LAPD's Gangster Squad. Buzz's father says he believes Dillon planned the murders with two other people, Mark Hansen and a mysterious person named Jeff Connors. In the police report, Jeff Connors was written as a figure of Dillon's imagination. But to prove all this, Eatwell says that this is impossible to do. It will be very, very difficult to examine the documents, because the Los Angeles police will never open this murder file, Eatwell said as quoted by Rolling Stone on Monday, the 8th of October 2018. Even so, Eatwell believes Short was murdered at the Astor Motel, where Dillon reportedly lived. Simultaneously, Henry and Clara Hoffman, motel owners, reported the discovery of one of their cabins covered in blood and dirt, on January 15, 1947. At that time a witness said they saw a dark-haired woman who looked like Short and a man who looked like Mark Hansen. This case is closed because Mark Hansen has ties to the police, Eatwell said. But Eatwell also gets a lot of distrust from various parties. The poor Black Dahlia was eventually buried in Oakland, and her mother, Phoebe, moved to the area near her grave. Short's murder is recorded as one of the most brutal murder cases in American history. Even Time magazine wrote it as the most famous unsolved case in the world. What do you guys think? Please give this video a thumbs up and give comments. Have a nice day.